Is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back to another episode in my path to power. So I'm done traveling for the time being, so I can talk about all the matches and all the wonders of the World Cup, and I'm excited, and we are rolling on with some pre-recorded gameplay, though, but the commentary is live. I do apologize for the lack of an episode on Friday. I thought I'd had my scheduler set up so it would all go right. Apparently, I'm rusty at this YouTube thing, or it was just an oversight. Mistakes do happen. We do get a board here, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be Christian Eriksen. It was not. It was Schmeichel, who actually had a good game recently. I thought Peru probably should have won that game, but a knock on Peru is their finishing is not always clinical, and that was very much on display in my mind. So our wonderful looking squad right here, and you can see we've got Luka Modric on the bench. He got an upgrade, and if you do not like, or let me rephrase that, because you can dislike Luka Modric. That's fine by me, but I tweeted it yesterday, and this is truly how I feel. If you cannot appreciate watching Luka Modric play, there is a large part of me that questions your overall understanding of this sport, because especially when he plays with Croatia, for me, it's so clear to see that he is just head and shoulders above anybody else out there, and that was on display yesterday. He was truly amazing, and so I'm eager to get back out and get Modric back into my lineup. I've got to get him back in there, because I don't know if that's moving Mateus back to holding midfielder and moving Modric into the midfielder. Maybe I play Modric in the pivot as my holding midfielder. I think he'd be successful there. He wouldn't be as good defensively as Matuidi is for us, but I got to get Modric back out there. His work rates could be trouble. Time will tell. Absolutely love watching him. He's a little magician. What was so cool to see, too, is he started deep in more of a pivot holding midfielder spot, and there was a substitute. I can't remember who they brought on, but they moved him into a proper number 10 role right behind the striker, and he just did it seamlessly and flawlessly, and you don't always see players do that. And it's just the little things that always make me go, wow, with him. So just truly enjoyable to watch. I'm obviously loving watching the World Cup. Unfortunately, I did not get to see the Spain-Portugal game because I was on the road, and I'm very, very sad about that. I think I'm going to go back and watch it, though, still. Everybody said it's the best match of the tournament so far, and I need to go watch it. So I think I'm going to do that. Ronaldo, hat trick, obviously a big deal. We don't have him yet in here. Hopefully we'll be able to get him, but that is a nice upgrade as well. Obviously not a huge upgrade. There's chances are he could get another one or two, and I think EA were kind of like, well, maybe we'll just hold off, and as the tournament goes on, he'll become a 99 rated card on here. But a nice give and go here from Pele, slotting it. Just kidding, he wasn't going to slide it into the bottom corner. Almost slotting it into the bottom corner on a takeaway, and it's 2-0 very, very early on in this one in another World Cup run. You're going to see just an obscene amount of goals in one of these games, and it might actually be this game. And I think this is the final as well. I was on my game, and this guy was not a good defender. He was actually pretty good with skill moves, but not a great defender. Pele, welcome to the chip life, my friend. First time chip, and I'm not going to show the replay on it, but it was a cool, if you watch the chipping motion while he did it, it was a cool one. It was a cool feature. It was a cool animation. So today's games, we've got Germany, Mexico, the one I'm looking forward to. It'll be live by the time that you guys see this, so I'll be talking about it a little bit tomorrow, I'm sure. Germany probably has my heart of who I'm pulling for in the World Cup. Obviously, there's, a cornucopia of people that have made sure to remind me that the U.S. is not in it. Oh, and by the way, we're hosting in 2026, so we get to auto-qualify. It's a little bit played out at this point. So if you want to make one more comment about it, do so in the comment section down below, and then I'm just not even gonna talk about it for the rest of it. So you guys aren't actually really too much like that. It's more people on my Twitter feed, but he brings it back 2-4 in this one in the 35th minute. The other thing that people are talking about is Leo Messi not being Ronaldo against Iceland, or not living up to. For me, he is the greatest of all time, and it's without question. There are a lot of people that prefer Ronaldo, and that is totally fine. I absolutely think you have every right to your opinion on who is best, just as I have my own right to that opinion. And for me, I see Messi do things and the way he plays that I think it's better. But that's my opinion. And he obviously didn't live up to that maybe against Iceland. And I think he actually still played a pretty strong game. But what's so sad to see, and watch next time Argentina plays, just watch for this. When Messi gets the ball, the other 10 players, more often than not on Argentina, just totally stand still. Like, you don't get the same movement that he would playing for Barca or playing for Spain. The players just stand still and watch him. And it's so frustrating. It's so sad to see, because you're taking one of Messi's most brilliant skill sets out of the game, where he passes. Like, when Messi passes, he doesn't just pass to feet. He passes into space that he thinks the player should be running into. And so when players aren't moving, they're not generating any of that same space where he can lead them to be better or into a good position. And it's really, as a fan of Messi and a fan of his play style and what he's capable of, it's really, really frustrating to watch. So just keep an eye out on that. Lothar Mateos, welcome to the chip life, my friend. So 2 inductees. And if you're this guy, you ate to see it. All right. That one I thought was funny while I was playing there. But then he just started swirling his stick, and Neymar was, I don't know if Neymar was fresh or not, but he just absolutely did my defense. And I was like, all right, well, if this had been a close game, I'd have been real worried about that, but it's not. And I've got Manuel Neuer, and he's going forward all the way to midfield, and a little bit of an errant touch there, and it gets taken away. I've kind of enjoyed feeling like I could score goals with my keeper occasionally. Manuel obviously has one for us already, and I wanted to give him the opportunity to get a second. So in the 90th minute, he takes off sprinting, and he's got a full sprint bar, and he's actually pretty fast and pretty strong. Kind of bullies Mateos right there, goes by him, and just too much pace. Eden Hazard not able to take it away here. Dives in for a tackle, and now it's Goretzka's turn to get blown away by Neuer's pace. Past Puyol and past Blanc and into the bottom corner. Perfect finish from Manuel Neuer. And the big debate for Germany right now is, should Ter Stegen be playing instead of Neuer? Neuer, obviously the captain for Germany and for us. But Ter Stegen had I don't even know if you can say arguably, I think definitively better year than Neuer did, and one of the best years for any keeper in the world. And so benching him, it feels a little rough. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Could you imagine a major Neuer blunder that knocks Germany out of the tournament or something like that when you've got Ter Stegen looking on from the bench? So as much of a Neuer fanboy as I am, don't think that I don't recognize the potential for the drama that could unfold. But we've got our World Cup packs, and we had a lot of coins. We got a lot of packs to open to help us out. We get not Neymar. Every time the Brazilian flag pops up, without fail, I think that I've packed Neymar. And it's a duplicate Fernandinho, which is fine. We can use them in SBCs in the future. That's great. But, you're ever hopeful. When you see the German flag pop up, and we do get a very high-rated player, Toni Kroos. We talked about him a lot, so welcome to the club. EA, if you're listening, I'm going to need you to upgrade his pace by 10. If I could just get 10. That's all I'm asking for. He's not that slow. At least his first touch, his little acceleration is not that slow. So maybe will be able to get him in. But my midfield on this path to power is starting to get pretty crowded. We've got a lot of very good midfielders in there now and very, very few spots. So maybe we'll start rotating around or doing different runs with themed runs, or I don't know how I'm going to pick. There's too many good options. One option that I will not be taking is for Mehdi Benatia to make it into the squad because unfortunately, well, that's not true. Maybe someday I will try to make a run with a totally African squad. That could be fun. Maybe leave the icons in there just for a little bit of help, but maybe I will try that. In which case, Mehdi Benatia would be the first one to make it into the squad other than Mo Salah, which we don't have Mo Salah, so Mehdi Benatia would be the first one into the squad. Pick up a Spanish CB. I thought it might be Ramos. Apparently, when I open packs on World Cup mode, because of the pack weights, you just feel like there's a chance to pack the big name player every time. And that's nice. That's refreshing. When I open packs in regular Ultimate Team, I don't feel like that. So that's been a nice change of pace. I wonder if EA would ever change Nacho's position to right back, because that looks like where he's going to be deployed for a large portion of this tournament. So it'd be cool if they did that just to reflect and give you more possibilities. If you wanted to build like a Spanish squad or something, he could be playing on full chem. Another player not going to probably make it into our squad, Adil Rami. If it was Mtiti or Varane, they would slot right on in. Adil Rami, not so much. But we're going to go out, do one more Europe SBC. And I've got plenty of players on the bench that I could probably do it again. So I'll have to keep that in the back of my mind. But maybe they'll get crazy upgrades. I don't know yet. Only time will tell. So in this upgrade, we are going to go out and get absolutely nothing, a steaming pile of mediocrity. Not going to help the team. And that is where we're going to come to a close. So thank you all very much for watching. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.